What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have another in our How to Build series, and we promised you some more Royal Knight decks. And today we're going to be looking at Omnimon, the DNA Digivolve version. We're going to be focusing on cards that make this DNA Digivolution deck work the best way possible, looking at the new BT22 support, as well as a lot of the other support we already have for the deck, which is very, very good, and deciding where we kind of land on certain copies of the card, how much to run, how much not to run, and different things like that. But hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of fun. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about this How to Build deck and where we land on with most of the cards. If we start out here, we start out with the Greymon egg, which has the inherited effect. Your turn once per turn when a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, draw one. This is just the best egg. All of your Ogmons can digivolve on a Greymon, and most of your Gabumons are going to be able to digivolve on a red level 2. So this makes it the perfect Greymon, because if you have to do an early swing with your level 3 just to try and draw some of your pieces, this is going to be a good way to get extra draws out of it. So I would definitely say that that is the best egg for this deck in my current opinion. If you guys have anything else you think might work better, let me know. We also are looking at, for level 3s, we're looking at the Omnimon from BT12 that reveals top 4, adds a Greymon and an Omnimon and name to your hand in one tie. So lots of targets there in this deck, and it reveals top 4, which is inherently really, really good. All turns inheritable. While this Digimon has Greymon or Omnimon name, gets plus 1,000. Plus 1,000 all turns can be very, very good, especially if it stops your opponent from killing you by giving you just enough DP to like get away from a DP deletion or a negative DP ability. So that can be really, really huge. We're also looking at the Agumon from ST20, the one that lets you, when your opponent has a Digimon with 10,000 DP or more, or your tamers have 3 or more total colors, this Digimon can digivolve into a Greymon in the hand for a digital cost of 4, ignoring requirements. Depending on which tamers you play, you could potentially have more than 3 colors. And it also has inheritable reboots. Just a way to get into your War Greymon super, super quick. This one is potentially a less of one just because it's a black, and black is not as good in this deck. That's why the other Agumon for BD12 would actually be better, because it's red and black. But black Agumons, black cards, are generally not going to be as friendly in this deck, but there are potential to tech, 1 or 2 of them, kind of thing like that. That's why we talked about this Gabumon from EX4, which has an on-play reveal top 3. Add 1 card with Greymon, add 1 card with Agumon or Greymon, or Omnimon in its name among them to your hand, and place the rest on the bottom of your deck, or on top of your deck in any order. So it gets you multiple pieces and puts cards on the top of your deck so you don't bomb deck your tamers, which can be very detrimental because you need things like the new Nokia. It also has a your turn inheritable. Once per turn, one of your other Digimon Digivolves gain a memory, so that's not bad. Memory gain is always good in this deck, so it's just an option that you could play. Moving on to the more likely candidates for 4 ofs, 2 ofs, is the Gabumon from BT17. Start your main phase if you have a tamer with Matashita in its name, draw 1. And end of your turn, this inheritable, this Digimon and any of your other Digimon may DNA Digivolve into a Digimon card in the hand. All of your Gabumons and Agumons from here on out all have that same inheritable end of turn DNA Digivolve. So you have plenty of cop between this. You can figure out ratios of what abilities you want, because they all have that DNA Digivolve effect. But the new ones, the BT22 ones, have an added bonus of having the CS trait, which I think is going to make them an automatic play 4, because it'll help with your CS abilities. So I think you play 4 of these and then play like 2, maybe 3 of the other ones, because they generally all have the same effect. The only difference is the Gabumon is a searcher, so you're definitely going to play 4 of that because it reveals top 3, adds 1 card with Omnimon its text, and 1 card with a CS trait among them to the hand. So again, because of that, the more CS trait cards you have, the better. And then end of turn DNA, you have the BT17 Agumon, which started your main phase if you have a tamer with Tai Kami in its name. Return 1 card with Greymon, or Omnimon its name from your trash to your hand. So start your main, that's pretty good. But this one's a little better because on play you may return one card with Greymon, Garurumon, or Omnimon Ace name from your trash to the hand. So on play, versus start of main, just a little bit better. So these guys do have their place because start of main is pretty good too. But and this one you have to have a tie tamer, whereas the other one you have to have a mat. So these ones are a little bit more free, so it's why these ones, the BT22 ones, as well as having the CS trait, are going to be like your main 4-ofs, whereas you'll probably run at least a couple copies of both of these. They all have ended turn DNA, which is really important. Another card we thought about was Uko, because Uko helps you search out your pieces and take swings with the Koromon, draw, and get even more, and then you can just go right back into a level 3 and get ready for your combo play. So Uko's another good option. I know some people don't like Uko in Omnimon deck, but it is an option out there. The only level 4 we're going to talk about is the Greymon from BT17, which has a on deletion and an on deletion inheritable, allowing you to play same thing for both, allowing you to play one tamer card with Ty or Kari in its name from your hand without paying the cost, or hatch in your breeding area. So hatching, and it digivolves on an Agumon for cost 2, and then it gets all the names of all its level 3 or lower Digivolution cards, so it will be treated as an Agumon or a Koromon, so you can digivolve it into another Agumon. It gets plus 3000 DP for the turn when digivolving, and then deletes one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP. So it is a pretty cool card, honestly, altogether, and it can help you just further your plays, and you just get further along in your plays, and then potentially cheat out a free tamer, which is really good because you need your mat and ties on the board to help you maintain turn, so you can do an OTK. Going into all our megas here, we see all the Metal Garurumons and War Greymons. Now they all have the same, both Metal Garus and War Greys have the same inheritable, so we'll go through that first. They both have the when attacking once per turn if this Digimon has Omnimon and unsuspends, whereas the War Greymon has when attacking if this Digimon has Omnimon, once per turn trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So this lets you, when you check one, you check 2, because you check 1, you trash 1, and then you unsuspend, and then you can check a third one. So you can check 3 cards very easily just with these inheritables. These guys here, the new BT22 guys, hand main if you have Nokia, one of your Gabumon digivolves into this card for a digital cost of 6, ignoring the cost. So it's the same for both of them. If you have Nokia, you can digivolve for a cost of 6, ignoring digivolution requirements, and then when digivolving, activate one of the effects below. For the War Greymon, it's one of your Gabumon may digivolve into a Metal Garurumon. For the other one, it's one of your Agumon can digivolve into a War Greymon. They also have other abilities. This guy has if you don't want to use that, you can use return one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level to the hand. This one here, the BT17 one, you have to have a mat in play, and you can reduce the play cost by 3, so you can play it for 8. And then on play when digivolving, you activate its effect, which again allows you to either digivolve an Agumon into a War Greymon, ignoring the cost, and then one of your opponent's Digimon can't suspend until the end of the turn. So that's also a good ability. And then of course the BT17 War Grey, same thing. You can play him for a reduced cost of 3 if you have your mat or tie tamer. On play when digivolving, activate one effects below, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP or less, or do the Gabumon into the Metal Garurumon without paying the cost. And then of course this guy, same thing. He's got the hand in main, Nokia, Digivolution for 6, and then you can digivolve into Gabumon to Metal Garurumon for free, or you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. So generally I would say, again, the new ones are better, plus the CS trait cards are going to serve you really well. So you're probably going to max out on all the new ones, and then play at least a couple copies of each, at least 2 copies, maybe more, of each of the old ones. Getting into our Omnimons here, we have Omnimon Ultra S. This guy I just feel is the best one, because when digivolving, if DNA digivolving, your opponent's effects don't affect this Digimon for the turn, then delete all of their Digimon with the highest level, which is already pretty good. And then end of attack, you may play one card with Greymon, in its name and the version 1 trait, or 1 card with Greymon in its name and the version 2 trait from this Digimon's Digivolution card. So you don't have the version stuff, so you don't have to worry about that, but you can play your Greymon level 6 and Greymon level 6 and get their on plays all over again. And then if this effect played, place this Digimon as your top security card, and then you can go into it again in the hand, go into another Omnimon, and basically go for game. So this is how you OTK Alter S. You got to run at least 3 to 4 of this guy. I think it's mandatory in order to make this deck, really, really good. We also have the new Omnimon, which has blocker. It has the decode for level 3 red black, or level 3 blue yellow. It also has on play when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. When digivolving, for every 2 same level cards in this Digimon stack has, return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Then this Digimon may attack. So allowing it to attack is, it's good to go into this if you can't maintain turn, because you got all those abilities to go off, and that's kind of nice. Plus it has the decode, which when this Digimon would leave the battle area, then battle, you may play one, red or black level 3 Digimon card and one level 3 blue or yellow card. So that's really, really good. So you always get your stuff back. You also have the Omnimon Ace is another option, especially with Miraculous Mega Knight. Just any of them, but this is the one. If you don't have Miraculous Mega Knight, you can, if your opponent attacks, you can hand counter blast Digivolution. You all just gotta have one guy out and one guy in your hand, and then you can raid, blocker, on play when digivolving. If DNA Digivolving, choose one of your opponent's Digimon and return all the rest of your opponent's Digimon with the same level as it to the bottom of the deck. Then delete one of your opponent's Digimon. And then overflow 5, obviously, because it's expensive. But another good option. You think you at least have a couple copies of this, a couple copies of the new one, and max out probably on the Alter S. We also looked at Alter B because it can digivolve from your Omnimon for cost 2. And then when digivolving, you get de-digivolve, which is a great ability. Trash up to 3 cards from the top. You can't trash past level 3 cards. Then choose any number of your opponent's Digimon so that their play cost total is up to 6 and delete them. So that's another option there. And then, so when attacking by trashing up to 3 level 6 or higher Digimon cards in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers with the lowest play cost for each card trashed. If you trash 3 cards, trash the top 2 cards of your opponent's security stack. So again, another way to end off the game. So Omni B, really, really good. De-Digivolve, really, really good. It's an option. You probably only wouldn't play more than 1, maybe 2 at the most, but probably not more than 1. We also looked at Wisteria Boost as a memory option because it reveals top 3, and then you can add a red and a blue. So I liked that. Of course, you're going to want to play like if you want to play anything, you probably play like training, so you can actually add your tamers to your hand or your options. And most of your stuff is red, blue, so I'd just go with a red if you were going to run trainings. We have the new, we'll get back to Miraculous Mega Knight, but we have the new Nokia, which is a memory tamer. Start your main on play. If you have 1 or fewer Digimon, you may play 1 Agumon or Gabumon from your hand without paying the cost. And then all turns, all your Digimon with Greymon, Greymon, or Omnimon in their names get plus 1,000. This is really good just because it lets you get both guys, push up an Agumon or Gabumon from the back, play the other one on the field. Then you have the option to go into your combos to get up into your level 6s and get up into your Omnimon. The only thing, is, and you have the tamers there to potentially get you a whole bunch of memory, which is really, really good. So that's why we have things like the mat and ties from both EX9 and BT17. They both have similar abilities. On play, the EX9 one, you may return 1 Digimon card with Greymon, Greymon, or Omnimon's name from your trash to your hand, so you get back a piece. And if you didn't have a piece to get, you can draw 1. All turns when any of your Digimon are played or Digivolve by suspending this tamer, gain 1 memory. If you have a Digimon with Greymon in its name, then gain 1 memory. if you have a Digimon with Greymon name. So when you tap it, if you digivolve into the one and then use its ability to digivolve in the other and then tap it, you can gain 2 memory for every single one of these you have out on the board. So when you have to pay that 6 cost to go into your guy, even if you're at 0, if you have 3 of these out, you're generally going to be maintaining turn. And if you have 3 memory because you had a Nokia and you played out a free Digimon from the back, even better. And of course, the BT17 one is all turns when one of your Digimon is played or digivolves by suspending this tamer. If you have a Digimon with Greymon name, gain a memory. If you have a Digimon with Garurumon, gain a memory. Same thing. You wait until you do the second one. You digivolve, and then you digivolve into the other card, and then you tap for 2 memory. And then end of your turn, once per turn, one of your Digimon with Omnimon its name may attack a player, so giving you some pseudo blitz. Really, really good. And just the memory gain is why you're probably playing at least a couple copies, 2 to 3 copies of these each, and then 3 to 4 of the Nokia. Also have the old Nokia as an option on play. You may play one Agumon or Gabumon from your hand, and then when one of your Digimon would digivolve into a card with Greymon or Garurumon or Omnimon in its name, you can suspend it to gain a memory. So this is good just because it's like 3 cost tamer. It gives you more memory. And it's a Nokia name. It's cheaper than the other one. So you can go into your main abilities for your BT22 guys. Another thing I thought might be a cool option is the new Mirai Tamer, because it's also for CS and not just Mastimon. Start your main phase by returning this Tamer to the bottom of the deck. You may play a cost 4 or higher Mirai Mikagura, or play cost 4 or higher Tamer with the CS trait, so you can play your Nokias because it's cost 5 CS Tamer from your hand without paying the cost. So this lets you play Nokia for 3 effectively at the start of your turn. And then on play by trashing 1 card with the Holy Beast, Archangel, Fallen Angel, or CS trait from your hand, draw 2. So playing it lets you pitch something with the CS trait, which you can add back later when you play one of your Mat Ties or one of your other Digimon that adds things back, like your Agumons that add things back to the trash, to draw 2 and just draw into more pieces. So I think that this could be a really cool option. People could play 1 or 2 Mirais as well. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this. Last card we're looking at is Miraculous Miracle Knight. Such a good 2-cost option. It lets you play an Agumon or Gabumon from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Then you place this card in the battle area all turns when one of your level 6 Digimon with Greymon or Garurumon its name would leave the battle area outside of battle delay. By trashing the card, then you can go that Digimon may and a card in the hand may DNA Digivolve into a Digimon card with Omnimon its name in the hand. So that's really good because if you have the Ace combo, or if you don't have the Ace combo, but your opponent was trying to work around the Ace combo, and you have this on the field, if they were trying to remove your Greymon or Garurumon, you can just go into the DNA Digivolution anyways. Especially if you didn't have the Ace, it's even better that way because it forces your opponent to you bluffs them into thinking you must have it if that's what you did. And then cost 2 to play a cost 3 Digimon is always really good. And then lastly, of course, the security ability. You may play 1 card with Tai, Kamiya, or Matashita, and its name from your hand or trash at paying the cost, then add this card to the hand. So that's really good. Lets you play one of your Tais and Mats, which you want to play. So good security ability, so that's kind of cool as well. So yeah, definitely I played against this deck, without any of the BT22 stuff. The Ultimate Cup recently, and it was ferocious. It was hard. He beat me. We never finished game 2, which I think I would have won, but he beat me really good in game 1. But actually no, I think he 2-0'd me because in game 2 I had some good advantage, but he managed to basically go for the OTK. Or maybe he didn't. I can't even remember now, but it was a hard matchup. It was a really hard matchup. Omnimon Ultra S is so good, especially in this deck, and I think he's the mainstay for the deck. But this guy can maybe have a close second. But there's a lot of cool abilities, and this is just kind of what I think about the deck right now. Definitely going towards this high end, low end, no middle end really, and then just focusing on getting into your Omnimons as fast as possible. So as long as you can draw into your low end and then use them to draw into your high end, I think it's very consistent and can be really good in the meta. But we'll have to wait and see. We've got some testing to do, and we will be bringing this deck out to you in a week or so. And as well, we will have another how to build video coming out soon. Alphamon, it's coming. Tell me what you guys think. Do you like this deck? Do you think Omnimon's the way to go? Do you think this is the new great DNA Digital deck? Is it going to come up and, to the ranks of, say, Imperial? Or is it gonna, fizzle out and not be as popular? I think this is gonna be a really cool deck, and I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to show you guys my build. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day, and that is all for now, folks.